As a timekeeper, you're in charge of providing the speakers with signals for how long they have spoken, and to track if the speakers met their time goals.
Before the meeting, get the stopwatch, signals, bell, and a timekeeper form from your club supply box. Most clubs have a specific spot where the timekeeper sits, but the main idea is to sit where everyone can see you. Practice with the stopwatch so you are familiar with how to stop, start, and clear it. Ask your club chairperson or club mentor if you have any trouble with it.
The only meeting segments we time and use for voting purposes are impromptus, speeches, and evaluations.
When the impromptu segment begins, the impromptu master will ask you to rise and explain your role. Stand at your seat and read the starred section on your timekeeper form. Then sit back down.
During the meeting, when it's time to vote for who should win a ribbon, the group is only allowed to vote from a list of speakers who met their time goal. You will be the one that creates that list. If a speaker meets his time goal, we say he is eligible. The list you create is called the eligibility report. Here's how you track eligibility. The timekeeper form has a column for the 3 segments: impromptus, speeches, and evaluations. Notice how the impromptu section is outlined in red, while the speeches and evaluation sections are outlined in green. This is to remind you that the eligibility point for the impromptus is the red signal, and the eligibility point for the speeches and evaluations is the green signal. These eligibility points are also noted at the tops of these columns and with asterisks on the signaling points.
To be eligible to be voted for, not only do speakers have to reach the appropriate minimum time signal, but they also can't go over time. Overtime is the point 30 seconds after the red signal is shown when you, the timekeeper, ring the bell. Once you ring the bell, the speaker is automatically ineligible and can't be added to the list.
By the way, it's a good idea to keep the bell a little away from you and your signals so you don't accidentally bump into it.
When a speaker during a segment is eligible, write his or her name down in the proper column. After the segment is over, you will be asked to announce the eligibility report. For this, you will stay seated, but loudly and clearly state the names you wrote down along the lines of the eligible speakers were Anya, Mateo, and Christy.
When timing the prepared speeches segment, it's especially important to listen for the MC to announce the length of the speech that's about to be given, so that you know which signals to present. Most speeches are 5 to 7 minutes, but the getting to know you and knowledge speeches are different. The signaling procedures for those speeches is on your timekeeper form.
Here are some more things to keep in mind when you're the timekeeper.
Wait for the speaker to clearly begin before starting the stopwatch.
When it is time to raise a signal, do it as quietly as you can and hold it still, clearly facing the speaker until it's time to change signals. Don't try to warn speakers if they are getting close to the bell.
If you have a problem with the stopwatch, don't ask the speaker to stop or create a disruption.
Basically, use your best judgment to present the signaling. For example, estimate how long you think the speaker has spoken and then begin a count in your head. Another option is to wave over the chairperson or club mentor for help.
The role of timekeeper requires you to really stay focused. If you have any difficulty with this, ask one of your seatmates to help you make sure that you start the stopwatch on time, present the signals at the right time, and write down those eligible.
If it's your turn to speak during a timed segment, or if you find that you need to step away for a moment to use the restroom, hand off your timekeeper materials to a seatmate to handle the timing for you.
Thanks for watching. For more training videos, visit speakersleague.com/video or visit the Speakers League channel on YouTube.
As the timekeeper, you're in charge of the... Oh no.
Overtime is the point 30 seconds. Why is that worded so weird?
When it's time to raise a signal, State
the names that you wrote down along the lines of.
The role of the timekeeper requires you to. Okay. The role of the time.
The group who's allowed to vote from a list. Oh, that was not good.
A little. Oh no, I'm sorry.
When it's time to raise a signal, I did it again!
Loudly and clearly state the names of the
When the impromptu mass segment begins, my bad.
Make sure you that
Stop laughing.